We are on the Norwegian Escape. This is room number 12226, which is a club balcony suite, and we will get more into that when we go inside. But one thing I want to show you before we get started on the room is if you look at the floor, the fish are swimming towards the front of the boat, so help you not get lost. But on here, it shows there's lights where you can tell it to make up the room, do not disturb, or when you're at home. And I'll show you inside where you can control that. So come on in. So in these rooms, you do need to have some kind of card in the slot to control the lights. And the lights are right under the slot. There are two lights here. This one is, the bottom one is for the bathroom. There's two hooks right here. There is the temperature controls right here. And let's go ahead and go on into the bathroom. Oh, I almost forgot. Here are the controls for the lights outside the door. So if you want to make up your room, you push this one. Or if you want to tell them do not disturb, you push this one. This bathroom in the Club Balcony Suites is larger than a standard bathroom. It has a 2-faucet sink. It has your standard cruise ship toilet, towel hooks. They provided some glasses and some hand soap. There is a plug, but it's only for razors only. They have a nice shelf right here for toiletries, as well as a shelf under the sink. Here's your trash bin with some more storage, tissues. There's a drawer, and here is more storage. And this shower has glass doors, and it has a full shower with body spray. So I'm really looking forward to trying that out. They also provide a shampoo conditioner combo as well as a body wash. Let's come back out into the room. And here we have a full-size mirror. This is the vanity area. To turn the lights on, you press this button here. There are 3 American plugs and 1 international plug. And if you need an additional plug, you can buy a converter to convert this into an American plug and vice versa. So we will link something down below so you can make use of this plug. They left us a bottle of Spumante, and that is also a perk for the Club Balcony Suites. They are also going to be delivering canapes a couple times during our voyage. And a couple other benefits that we have for being in the Club Balcony Suite is we can get 1 bag of laundry done, and we were also able to make our dining reservations 125 days prior to the cruise versus 120 days in which everybody else had to wait. So there's a nice shelf right here, and underneath there is a stool with a tabletop, and this moves around. You have your wastebasket, hair dryer, and this hair dryer stays on. You don't have to hold the button to keep it on. Here is your mini fridge. It is a true refrigerator and not just a cooler. They do have it stocked with some items, so we are going to ask our steward if he can remove those. And then over here is the closet, and as you can see, there's plenty of shelf space. There's a safe, and then on this side is the hanging area with lots of hangers. And then here is the bag if you want to send laundry. This is the sofa area, and you can use this as a bed if you need to. And then over here is the TV. There's some storage here for books or what have you. Here is your room service and minibar menu. There's also instructions in here on how to use the internet. And then down below, you actually have some more storage, both here and here. So this tiny cabin really has lots of storage because there's also tables next to the bed with storage. This table is just a little bit larger than the table on the other side. Now we asked them to configure our bed into a queen size bed. It looks a little bit bigger than a queen size bed to me though. But one thing you want to do, one of the first things you want to do when you get into your cabin is to check for bed bugs. We have had an issue with bed bugs on a cruise before, not Norwegian, but we do still check. And so you want to pull back your covers. And one thing to note is there's no top sheet anymore on Norwegian. So make sure you pull back the bottom sheet and look at the seams for any signs of debris. That would be the bed bug waste that you're looking for. But it looks like they do have a nice zipper mattress protector on this. So hopefully they didn't have any issues with bed bugs. They have lights next to each side of the bed, and each light also has a USB port. There is plenty of room underneath the bed to store your luggage, so that way you don't have to trip over it in your room. And if we come this way, you'll see that here's another table. Like I said, it's a lot smaller than the other one. And then the same, there's the light as well as a USB port. There's light switches here. This one controls all of the room lights with the exception of the overhead lights, the vanity light, and then this backlight here. And then if you press this one, that'll turn off the overhead lights and whatever this light is called. The vanity light though, you would have to make sure you turn that off separate. And then here is the balcony. To open the balcony, you just pull the handle, and to close it, do the same. Just make sure you have the handle pulled to close. And then on the balcony is 2 chairs and a small table. So we have not met our cabin steward yet, but once we do meet him, there's a couple extra things that we are going to ask for. First and foremost, Norwegian will actually supply you with a coffee pot for your room. So we're going to ask for a coffee pot, and then the steward will refill the coffee each day. We are also going to ask for bathrobes, extra pillows, and also a mattress topper for the bed. So that is the room tour on the Norwegian Escape Club Balcony Suite room. Thanks for joining us.